All right, welcome back. Just wrapping up this hour two of a terrific Tuesday edition of Liquid Lunch. Now, Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio, they think they're going to send these cigarette police down here and they're going to scare us. Obviously, that's not working because we're still here. And the tip of the spear is right in the middle of your butt crack, Governor and Mayor, because we ain't going anywhere. In fact, we're expanding. We're growing the movement. People are reaching out from across the country saying, we're sending you our support. People are sending money. If you're in Max right now, the phone just keeps ringing every 2 seconds. People saying, go for it. What can we give you? What do you need? And I need other business owners out there in the country to realize what we're doing here can happen where you are too. There's more of us than them. And that's a fact. My buddy Danny Coward is out there watching, and he said it right. He called the sheriffs the cigarette police. Now, it's true because unfortunately, one of the jobs the New York City sheriff is faced with here in New York is enforcing the tax stamp on cigarettes. And you got places popping up all over the city where they got these, bodegas, Middle Eastern bodegas and stuff, where they go to Virginia and get cigarettes and they come up, pay $4 a pack. Then they come up here to New York and they sell them for $9 a pack because with all the taxes that the governor and the mayor put on them, they're $15 a pack. So usually what the sheriffs are doing are driving around in undercover vehicles, trying to figure out where the spots are that they're selling illegal cigarettes. And then they try to bust them when they can. They open up 2 days later, they pay a fine. It's so crazy. But the other thing you need to know about the sheriffs here in New York, the ground level folks, they're just trying to make a paycheck. They don't want to be out here trying to arrest a guy. They don't even arrest people. It's not what they do. One of the special powers that was given to them during this pandemic executive order was that they would enforce the governor's edicts on zone restrictions and violations and color zones. And they've been riding around busting restaurants and saloon owners and stuff like that for a while now. And Mike, if you could, let's run the video that was just released yesterday from Kevin Sheehan at the Post um, of the cops. Now they don't identify themselves. They come out of nowhere in the dark, come up from behind Dan and yell out, "Hey, Presty!" And then he gets scared and looks and runs to his car. Boom. Okay. And then they go try to surround the car, and you could see clearly that these people unfortunately have no training. So Governor Cuomo, Don Cuomo Leone, instead of sitting there and joking around with Dr. Anthony Fauci about who's going to be De Niro and who's going to be Pacino, and they're going to do some, tongue-in-cheek, mocking version of a commercial telling people to be socially distant. First of all, Robert De Niro's a bum. He's a straight bum. And he's a multi-gajillionaire, and he applied for PPP loans for his restaurants because he's sucking wind. And he should suck a few other things also, if you ask me, this Robert De Niro guy. Al Pacino, I happen to love him. About 10 years ago, it was one of the highlights of my life. I was staying at the Riviera Hotel in Beverly Hills, an old school place, and he was there. And he was hanging out, like right at the table next to us. It was a small, like little speakeasy type saloon, and he saw us keep looking over there, and I said, "Hey, I'm a huge fan. Dog Day Afternoon, Areka, Areka." I feel like that sometimes. I feel like we're gonna be over here like the crazed maniac in in one of the Pacino movies. And while the governor and Anthony Fauci, two of the people who are kind of primarily responsible to response to this COVID, Cuomo in New York and Fauci across the country, they got a lot of time on their hands to start yakking it up about you be De Niro and and Governor Cuomo and Mayor De Blasio. I know you're coming for me next
Three
because I'm
minutes.
guys and they're speaking up. I know it. I'm prepared for it. I'm not afraid. I wouldn't be opening my mouth if I feared the king. I'm telling you that right now. So Andrew Cuomo wants to keep coming out and calling these Two small business owners from Staten Island, tough guys. Yeah, you tough guys over there, and these tough guys over there, and these people, they'll be shut down. Guess what? These aren't tough guys, man. These are hardworking, blue-collar, small business people who are just trying to feed their family. Nobody's tough over here. You think you're the tough guy because you got all the power, Governor Cuomo. You think you're the tough guy because you stole $800 million from New York City, Mayor de Blasio. Governor Cuomo, your right-hand man, Joe Percoco, is sitting in jail right now because it was allegedly taking bribes from some of the contractors in the Buffalo Billions scandal. And Governor Cuomo, by the way, when you formed the Moreland Commission to look into government corruption, when the Moreland Commission started sniffing around your butt, what did you do? He disbanded the Moreland Commission. So for all you people out there who still have questions in your mind, well, did this guy, I'm going to keep pounding the table. My dad was NYPD. I would never be supporting someone who tried to intentionally hurt a law enforcement officer. I want you folks to be your own judge, and that's one of the beautiful things about Liquid Lunch, that I put the news out there, I give my opinion, and then I say, tell me what you think, okay? And when I saw the totality of the events, I didn't get any third-hand information. I was an eyewitness to both of Danny's arrests in the last week. I was standing right there, okay? What I see is a goon squad that has no idea what they're doing. I liken them to the Keystone Cops, because when you put a bunch of people on the streets who usually drive around busting illegal cigarette operations and serving summonses on businesses that haven't paid their taxes or haven't paid their rent, something like that, it only makes sense that if you try to get a tactical takedown from a team that is in no way, shape, or form trained for a tactical takedown, you just put more lives in danger. And to Governor Cuomo, I say this. You have put enough lives in danger with your terrible bungling of the pandemic. You have literally been at the forefront of sending thousands and thousands of senior citizens, the most vulnerable in our population, to their deaths with your crazy rules to send them back to the nursing homes. Haven't you killed enough people, Andrew Cuomo? Haven't you guys crushed enough businesses, Mayor de Blasio? Why don't you just think about leaving the little man alone? And by the way, when your Hollywood elite friends from Saturday Night Live want to find the butt of a joke, why don't you tell them to pick on somebody their own size, like you, who's got plenty of things to make fun of? Then you and Fredo can go off on the side and argue about who mom likes best. None of that stuff matters to us because small businesses are dying. And we don't want to see anyone dying. We want to see people unlock, reopen, and get back to the America we once knew, and not let these progressive socialists